It is all over at Ibrox. It finished Rangers 2, Servette 1, and this tie served us up a pretty boring game, in all honesty. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Football. 100 minutes of my life I will not get back, but it has finished 2-1 to Rangers, and Rangers, I thought, deserved their win tonight. I thought they were good for the victory. However, when you consider the fact they were 2-0 up, then they had a man advantage for the last half an hour. Is this even a victory? Can you really be happy with this, knowing that you now need to go to Switzerland and see out the job? Rangers at 2-0 up, you're thinking at home, can really put the pressure on this team, can really essentially finish the tie tonight at Ibrox, and it just didn't go down that way. Rangers started really well, but then the longer the game went, Servette came into it more. Then we got to second half, and it was like a pretty even game where Servette were looking just probably as good as Rangers were looking. Then when they went down to 10 men, you expect a big onslaught for Rangers, but in the final third, it just wasn't working. And I mean, how many clear-cut chances did Rangers create with the man advantage? Not one. There wasn't one clear-cut chance. It's like they kept getting into decent areas, kept getting into around the area of the box, the edge of the box, but they just couldn't put the ball in the back of the net. And they had a lot of attacking players out there, but for some reason couldn't score more than the 2 goals. So, I mean, it's a good win. At least they're taking a victory to the second leg. I mean, obviously you want to win, but I think when you consider the fact that they were 2-0 up, and you consider the fact they had a man advantage for half an hour, you know, this is one that Rangers might regret. Now, they could go to Switzerland and they could finish the job, but if they go to Switzerland and concede an early goal, are they just going to be thinking, well, fuck it, we should have finished it at Ibrox? You know, now, I still think Rangers will go through. I predict that the scoreline tonight to be 2-1 to Rangers, so I got that right. But yeah, let's talk about the game. So early on, Servette concede the penalty, and it's a terrible penalty to concede. It is a penalty, don't get me wrong. It's clearly a penalty, but there's just no need to concede this. There was zero danger. Servette were in control. They had 2 players around the ball, and both of them shat themselves. Both of them were afraid to touch it, and then Cantwell runs in. He puts himself between the ball and the defenders. Then there's a slight bit of contact, and he goes down like he's been no-scoped in Modern Warfare 2. No-scope 360, boom, that's him dead on the flare. And the referee gives a penalty. Now, it was a penalty, but Cantwell certainly made the most of it. But he done well to get in that position, so you got to give him credit there, because, you know, it wasn't even a chance. There was nothing to have here, yet Cantwell somehow got himself in a position to win a penalty. So fair play to Cantwell. I do think he goes down way too easily, but I mean, when you've got that sort of hairstyle, then I expect you to be a fanny. So I mean, I'd be surprised, I'd be disappointed if he didn't go down and shit like that. But then steps up James Tavernier, and Tav does what Tav does, as Davy Martindale says. He puts it in the back of the net. 1-0 Rangers. Wow, brilliant stuff. Then we have Barisic with the cross in for the second goal. I believe it is Danilo in the middle that completely misses the ball. It falls through to Dessers, and I don't even know if Dessers gets, like, I don't know if he meant this touch, like, or did it bounce off. It was hard to tell. It wasn't the prettiest of goals. It was a good cross to Barisic, but I mean, the Rangers strikers, I don't know if they're going to be that good. I could see these guys struggling to score goals this season. They don't look that good in front of goal, in my opinion. But look, Dessers got the ball in the back of the net, regardless of how he did it. It looked like the ball just bounced off him, but either way, he got it in. Barisic was good tonight. Now, we all talk about Barisic and how bad he is defensively, but you've got to understand, if you take Barisic out of the team, yeah, you could bring in a better defensive fullback, a better defensive left back. There's no doubt about that. But you are going to lose what Barisic brings you. He does have that quality. He's got quality crosses, he's got good set pieces, he's got that great left foot. So I understand that people look at Barisic as a weak link, but you've also got to give him credit, because when he delivers, when he's got delivery like tonight, you know, he can be a difference maker, and he was. He created the second goal for Rangers. They should have had a third goal. Again, nice pass to Barisic. He slots through Lammers, and I think Lammers is a fucking donkey. I really do. I don't rate this guy. Now, I get it. I mean, I'm not going to say they all suck, because they've just joined and they're going to take time to settle in, but I'm not impressed with the strikers. I think Rangers didn't really view Fashion Sakala as good enough because of his poor finishing, but from what I've seen of the new strikers, they also seem to be poor at finishing. Lammers were an unforgivable miss, to be honest. And if this goes in, it is probably tie over. I would say at 3-0, Rangers in control first half, could go on to score more. I'd say if Lammers scores this, it probably is tied on, but he doesn't score it. And then Servette get back in the game with a penalty, and this was a penalty. I normally don't like handball penalties. A lot of times I think that it's ball to hand, or ball to hand, but this one was clearly hand to ball. I don't know what Dessers was doing. I mean, it looks like he just lifts his hand up and punches the ball. You could tell it's definitely like they always say like a striker's tackle. Well, this was definitely a striker's fucking handball. What was he doing? I don't know. Referee gives the penalty, steps up Bedia, then Bedia scores. So that was 2-1 at the break. We then come out for the second half. Not a lot in it, to be honest. I thought the second half was very, very poor. First half was pretty lively. Second half, not much happened. Then we get into the 59th minute. Dolin gets a second yellow card. Initially, I thought it was harsh, but when you look at the replay, he goes for a shot and he misses the ball and he just completely falls through on Todd Cantwell. So you have to get booked for that. It's harsh in a way because he didn't even mean it. It wasn't a tackle, so to speak. But he's tried to take a shot and he's completely kicked out. Accidental or not, he's completely followed through and hit Todd Cantwell, so therefore it is a sending off. It's unfortunate for him, but it's a sending off. They go down to 10 men. You're thinking, right, Rangers can win this now. Rangers can get at least another goal. At this point, I'm thinking, right, they're at least going to get one more probably, but can they finish the tie with half an hour remaining and a man advantage? And they didn't. They were really, really poor in that last half an hour. We then got an extra 10 minutes added on because I think it was a head knock, and Rangers just didn't do enough, and the final chance of the game actually came to Servette when they had a corner. I thought John Suter was good tonight. I thought Barisic's delivery was good tonight. I thought Todd Cantwell played pretty good tonight. Overall, I thought Rangers played alright tonight. I thought it was a decent performance, but I just don't really rate the attackers, and I think they need to get better. I think they need to get more clinical and just need to create more and take better chances of the opportunities that they get, because I think Rangers could have and probably should have won this game tonight by quite a bit more than 2-1, but yeah, they didn't. I think Servette will be the happier team. Even though Rangers are the one that got the victory, I think Servette will be looking at this thinking, well, you know what, 2-1, we can do something with this. And they have came back before this season in the Champions League. They came back against Genk, and I'm sure they will fancy their chances. So, I mean, from a Rangers perspective, it's job done. They got the victory, but it wasn't the victory they would have been hoping for, especially when they got that man's advantage. So, for me, the tie is still in the balance here going into the second leg. It'll be interesting to see what happens in Switzerland. If Rangers can get an early goal, then, you know what, great. Puts it in their hands, really. But if Servette get the first goal in Switzerland, then it is squeaky bum time, and we'll have to wait and see, guys, next week what happens. But, yeah, Scottish coefficient did take a tanking last season, so it's good to see Rangers get the win tonight. That should help. Every little helps. I believe that's a Tesco slogan, but tonight I thought Rangers were a little bit better than Tesco value. They were decent value for the victory, so fair play to Rangers. 2-1. Servette are a decent side, but Rangers should be beating Servette over 2 legs. Will they? That remains to be seen. We'll have to check out the second leg next week. Anyway, guys, that is it for Fog Fitba. Rangers 2, Servette 1, and Scotland have a win in Europe. Till next time, leave a like, comment and subscribe, and peace.